...2017 Z900 first ride. That dude. This is your gear pattern. 1 down, 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sequential, so 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not like a car. You can't get over to neutral and go into another gear. You gotta go boom, 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 or up, up, up. Neutral is half a click. So if this is 1 and this is 2, neutral's a light tap. Don't ever let go of that clutch unless you see you're in neutral. You always look for the neutral indicator there and there. So you get your green in, and there's one there. So most important thing, clutch. I cut mine in half to give me finger control. So just 1 finger or 2 fingers, make sure you're holding that bike. So you got 1 finger, put your hand on there. 1 finger, 2 fingers. That's where you need to keep your hands all the time. That is your safety. Nothing else matters as much as that clutch. So if you get in trouble and you whiskey throttle, the only thing you got, because it will pull you back to where you cannot do anything else except for pull the clutch in or let the whole bike go. People try to hang on when they whiskey throttle because they don't want to dump the bike. If you whiskey throttle, you might as well dump the bike because the bike's going to get dumped anyway. Except you're going to get dumped a quarter mile down the road doing 80 instead of right here doing 10. Yeah, concrete sucks. It's going to hurt. You may get rubbed on it a little bit, but it's better at 10 miles an hour than 80 miles an hour. We've all seen ridiculousness. We know what's up. So your clutch, number 1, you're always thinking about your clutch. And your clutch, you'll see that your engagement point, your hand, clutch is all the way in there. As you let it out, somewhere right in there, you're gonna feel it start to pull, and it's a slight difference from here to here to where it's really fully engaged. So you'll learn where you feel it. That little bit of feathering right there, you can use when you're turning the corner. Pull the clutch in, or if you're going to turn a corner, if you're going to turn an actual street corner, you may not want to do that under power. So that's when you pull the clutch in. You're coasting through it. You're straightening back out. You're already through the apex of the turn. You're coming back out of it. Then you feather the clutch back in. You're back on the throttle, and it's smooth as butter. You don't even feel anything jerk or bump. So that's when you feather it. Other than that, if you're on a curve and you're at speed, you don't pull your clutch in, you just go with the turn. So don't go any higher than second gear here. There's cones out here, but you don't want to get lost in the medium because you're not on a road where it's clear, where you got your fire lane. So basically your fire lane is your road. You have no center stripe. What I'm saying is you don't want to be going across these white lines and end up on that median, or realize that you're about to hit that median and then dump the bike. So if you got to use your brake, you can go heavy on your rear brake, which is on this side. This is an ABS model, so you can jam on that brake and it's not going to throw you. It's not going to, you know what ABS feels like in a car. It feels the same way on the bike. it'll chatter the brakes and try to slow you down. Heavy on that brake, try not to use your front brake at all. At these low speeds, first to second gear, it's not going to matter. That front brake at a low speed will still dump your ass in front of the bike. So keep your hands off of the front brake. Later on, you'll learn to use your back brake first to drag you down, and then you start blending in your front brake to help you slow down, because most of your stopping power is in your front. But that's the problem, because you can lock that front up and that whole bike can just flip you over. So you've been on a bike before, you know the basics. Just get into second gear. Second gear can go up real high. I'm not saying go up real high, I'm just saying that you don't have to worry about necessarily the RPMs or whatnot. Just get into second gear and just ride around. Just make some S turns, and don't do them too slow, because if you do them too slow, you're going to want, the bike may want to turn and dump. So you'll see, you'll get it under speed. Just, you know, make good calculated turns. If you're getting in trouble on a turn, just pull the clutch in and, you know, get on your brake a little bit and put your feet down. So, all right. Damn, that's a good looking bike. That was a nice takeoff, especially since it's not your bike and you're not used to it. That was a very clean takeoff. The throttle is it's not so much that it's sensitive. The fact of it is it's a control on something that you're hanging on to. If you were in a car and your throttle was in your hand instead of on your foot, you would have the same problem in a car. That's good control. Just ride back and forth and make your turns and your circles wherever you're going to make that. Here would be good. You don't want to go back out into the street. You got to make your own mind up. Don't listen to me. I've given you your basics. You got to get the feel for it. You got to understand everything on your own. I can only tell you so much. Man, that's a good looking bike. You're looking good. Don't freak out with the brakes so much. I know what I'm trying to tell you is work on your clutching. I know when you're braking, because guess what? The tail light comes on. I can tell when you're braking. So, well, you need to learn to stay off the brake then. Your clutch is your clutch is what you want to focus on, so learn to feather it in your turns.